from the heart of Raider Nation, where loyalty runs deep, the silver and black never fade, and every first down brings us closer to victory. It's time to talk Raiders. The triumphs, the heartbreaks, the biggest plays, and the hottest takes. Featuring your host, 401 Raider Jeff! And his co-host, Raiders First Downs! Two voices, one nation, all Raiders. Welcome to the show! This is Raider Nation Voices.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your Raider Nation Voices with me, JD Raiders First Downs, and the skipper 401 Raider Jeff. Coming to you tonight. Got a little bit to talk about, little interesting stuff that cooked up today in training camp. We'll get into it. We'll dive into it. But in the meantime, my partner over here is having a battle of, I guess, with you got it yet?
Not yet.
No.
I will get that thing during the show at some point. I will.
He is pestering the ever-living crap out of you.
Thing's huge. It's like a fucking jet airplane flying by you. I can hear it coming.
It's just a fly.
Thing's huge. You'll see it fly by the screen. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Hey, but in the meantime, thanks to you guys joining in. 11 popping in right now. I'm going to run through a roll call real quick, and then we'll get to starting here. What do you say? James Furpo's coming in first and foremost very early in the show. Thanks for joining us, James. Sacktown Mike up and ready, as always. I'm not Bueno, one of the better guys to come in here. He's, hey, you got the floor, Bueno. Let's do it. I know you can. Cool Kev. Watch out for this guy. He's got good takes as well. And Tokyo Raider. Yo, yo, yo. Salute Raider Nation. Salute to you too, brother. And Mr. Bakes a Lot. Here we go. Oh, and sliding in at the bottom here is Tyler A7. Salute to the nation. Brother Yaya. Another one of those guys. Hey, Brother Yaya, remind me one of these days I need to maybe throw a wrench at you as well. SoCal South. I ain't seen you in a while, brother. But hey, thanks for coming. You're always welcome. And you also have good takes. So tonight, Jeff's given me the opportunity to kind of run with the show. He's been a little busy with family stuff, so didn't have a whole lot of time. He said, hey, could you help me out? I said, I'm on deck. That's what you hired me for. So kind of set everything up, get it going. Not going to be too not going to get too carried away with details. We're going to run off the cuff, guys. We're going to let you decide what we talk about. But in the meantime, this is a phone-in show, and Jeff will open the phones after about 15-20 minutes. We're trying to get everybody in here to settle down, get your Saturday night adult beverages nice and cold, ready to rock and roll, talk some Raider football, because, hey, it's just Thursday, and we're kicking it off with game uniforms and a game, quote-unquote, atmosphere in our stadium. So, I don't put a lot of stock into preseason, but anytime there's a game with the Raiders, I'm watching it. Whether it's preseason, postseason, no season, hell, even if it's a rerun, I'll watch it. But, Lisa, what's happening? Thank you for coming in. Thank you. And notable, or not a bot, excuse me, notable. I'll learn how to read, trust me. And then of course, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the Las Vegas, I guess, 805. Would he be considered a heavyweight? No, he'd be a welterweight, right? I don't know. Either way, he's a champion. We'll just call him the champ. So how you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing good. Other than battling this dumbass fly that's flying around in here, I will kill it.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Well,
no,
we'll see if...
She's been away for a week, so we were upstairs for a little while tonight.
Yeah. But I'm still a little bit low, but...
Huh?
I said the volume's still a little low, and you're still kind of breaking up a little bit too, but we'll get through it. So I'm going to throw something out there. You heard about what happened today at training camp, correct? So, long story short, Kirk Cousins and Maxx Crosby were given a quote-unquote Veterans Day off that was portrayed as a suspension for their behavior and attitudes and reckless behavior yesterday in training camp. And it was stated that it was the reason and decision was based on the betterment of the team, and we got to take the I and put the we into team. Not opposed to that. If that's how it's stated and that's how it's executed for a suspension, I'm all good with it. But you got a guy that's been in the NFL for over 15 years and another guy that's been in the NFL 8-9 years, coming off a serious knee injury. Those are both long-term veterans, and giving them a vet's day off isn't that big of a deal anyways. And that, in fact, it's probably something you should probably do after about 2 or 3 weeks. Just give them a day off and let the younger guys get their run. So what's your take on that, Jeff? I mean, yay or nay, are you good with that?
I'm sorry, I was just messing around, trying to fix my mic here. Can you hear me at all?
A little bit. Those of you that in the chat, throw your thumbs up if you can hear him. And give us any technical feedback. But yeah, Ardell's saying Jeff's audio is low, and it was low the other night too when you were on. So I don't know. Maybe it's time to.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I don't know why it's so low. I mean, it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, you might have to get a little up close and personal with your microphone just to make it a little bit that much better. That's good right there. Yeah.
Is it? All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I think I'm good now. All right.
Okay.
So, well, I'm sorry. You were talking what about Mendoza playing with the ones today?
No. I was talking about Kirk Cousins and Maxx Crosby being relieved of duties for one day. And as it was stated by Kubiak, that it was quote unquote like a suspension for their reckless behavior yesterday. Little dust up that they had in practice, and he portrayed it more as a disciplinary action than it was just a Veterans Day or a vet day off, I guess you could say. But to me, based on the timing where we're at in training camp and where we're going in the next 2 weeks, I can see a vet day coming up for those two guys. But yet at the same time, it was portrayed as because of their behavior. So what say you? What would you take out of that?
I mean, you know what it is? I think it's just they're holding players accountable for their actions. If that's if they want to put it in that aspect. I know they kind of labeled it as possible disciplinary action / Veterans Day off type of thing. I mean, mask it any way they want, but I mean, they probably know the true reason. It got heated yesterday, supposedly, but it was over quick. I guess take the day off, cool off. You know, the fact that they sent them both to the locker room after warm-ups and they're like, that you guys are done today. So, yeah. I mean, they've both been in the league for a while. Obviously, Kirk Cousins more than Maxx, but Maxx is still coming off that injury. So maybe a day of rest isn't a bad thing for him.
No.
You know, maybe this gets Maxx in the mindset where he's got to slow back or take some plays off, like sit on the sideline for a few plays, not be Mr. I got to be 99 to 100% of all the defensive snaps, So you need to preserve them.
Yeah. And the whole issue of him hitting the quarterback in practice and stuff, and I know everybody's got different takes and weigh in on their version of it, and like one of the that's Maxx being Maxx. Well, Maxx needs to understand something too, that if you're doing that and that quarterback's throwing the ball and you're trying to hit his arm to make it look like you're sacking him, like to simulate I won this battle, and he snaps those tendons in his elbow, what good are you doing the team?
And that's the thing. It's like, this could go bad in so many different ways. So, I mean, it's a simple rule. Don't touch the quarterback, even if it's just putting your hand on him. Don't. You know, we've struggled for so long to get a quarterback back there. Now we finally got one back there that looks like it's going to give us some sort of a promising season and a start to this new regime. Don't screw it up. Don't, because all that does is it fires up the offensive line, which it should, because I know JPJ jumped right in the middle of it, and that's what it should happen. I'd be more upset if none of the offensive linemen stepped in between the two, but JPJ was the first one in the mix.
Yeah.
So, which I like. You protect your quarterback regardless. I don't care if it's a teammate or not. That's your guy.
Yep.
Can you hear me better now? Other than that, I'll put my headphones on.
Yeah, you sound a lot better. But you're absolutely right. There should have probably been more guys coming to Kirk Cousins' aid, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not just JPJ, but yet at the same time, I don't know. That might have been what happened. It might have been just JPJ was the first to get there, and then it just filtered. More guys started responding.
What's up, Dan?
But the big picture is let's not do that. I get it, and the old adage, well, that's Maxx being Maxx. Well, I don't know if this was ever told to you by your grandparents or your parents. It's all fun and games till somebody gets hurt, right? Right.
Yep.
And if you're going to hurt the quarterback that is projected to be our starter on day one to help us turn this crap around, and he gets hurt because our star defensive end is wanting to maybe prove a point, or show his resilience and his abilities and
or his dominance. He's the alpha male.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think Myles Garrett would do that with Matt Stafford?
God damn, if they do that to he better not. Because, a slight touch from him could break a bone. The guy's a monster. Yeah. And we all know Stafford's fragile. Yeah. If that happened, that's insane. That shit can happen. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think and Kubiak's kind of cut the same way as McVay, that they will lose their quote unquote ever loving mind if one of their quarterbacks get hurt because their star pass rusher decides he wants to try and prove a point in practice. It's practice. We know what you can do. You're going full speed. Get it, check. Kick Glaze's ass all day long. That's what he needs. That's what we expect, right? But there's no reason for you to keep going. And now if somebody, fumbles or trips over another guy as he's cutting through the middle or whatever, and he loses his balance and goes into a barrel roll and accidentally hits the quarterback, that's one thing. That's that's called shit happens, right? But if you're doing it on purpose and putting the habeas grabus on the quarterback just because you're trying to prove a point, can't have that.
Hey, just real quick here, shout out to where is it? Shout out to Dan with the 440 joules with the
Salute,
uncle there.
man.
Thank you, my brother.
Salute.
Appreciate that.
I think you got another one too.
Yeah, there's 3 of them in here. Ardell with 30 joules clutch. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Ardell.
And here's the big one. It's from my kid, actually. He sent me a guitar for 1,000 joules. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. He's upstairs with them. They're all playing games upstairs.
Right on. Well, you tell him we
thanks,
said
JC.
Hi. Hey, miss him being on your podcast with you because that was your running partner for the minute.
Oh, you're down here?
Yeah.
I'll put him on the show.
Come here. Just come here. Yeah, he's here. I didn't know he was down here. I thought he was upstairs with them.
Nah, put him on the show.
What do you mean?
I'm not wearing
Oh,
sleeves.
good God.
Hi.
You gotta lean in more. They're only seeing you on this.
What's up, JT?
Hi.
What's happening, man?
Not a whole lot. I was actually just watching you guys for a little bit there.
Missed you, man. I missed seeing you with your pops in the old galley room there, stirring it up. So nice to see you again.
Someday. I was hoping to get him out to Vegas with me week 1, but just
I ain't got the money for
just
that.
can't happen, unfortunately. But maybe someday I'll get him out there late in the season when the Vegas Knights are playing. When we get a 2-4, we get to see the Knights game and a Raiders game. I'm all for that. Yeah, I'll go watch.
Cool.
And hey, maybe if the Athletics are any good.
I don't know. Well, the baseball and hockey don't play
October baseball playoffs. That's why I said if they're doing good.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's an NBA team supposed to be coming to Vegas in the next 8 years or something too.
Yeah, something like that.
We'll see when that happens.
I don't think they have a team yet, or at least they haven't announced it.
So, anyways, yes, Ardell, salute, brother. Thanks so much for your support for the channel. Also coming in here, God Family. Thanks for coming in, bro.
What's up, G-Fam?
Get out of here.
Arnie Garza coming in here. Got to be careful, you guys. Arnie Garza is legit when he's got stuff. Question, in your opinion, since Derek Carr, who is our best starting quarterback after him?
I don't see it happening again.
SoCal said, good to see JT on screen.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if the Knights won the Stanley Cup this year, but, I'd be a little happier. Just gotta hope the Raiders can do it, too.
Eventually, we're going to turn it around.
The season will be better. I don't know if we're going to be, electric or whatever, but I'm optimistic the season will be better than last year. I mean, we got the number 1 overall pick. You can't get much worse.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we thought that going into last year that we couldn't be worse than the year before, and we were by 1 game. So
prove that wrong. We overachieved in that.
2025 coaches and teams said, "Hold my beer. We can beat 2024's shitty record." Watch. So, all right, you can go back up.
I want to answer Arnie's question real quick.
Go ahead.
What was it?
The best starting quarterback after Carr?
Yeah, go ahead. Answer it. Here's the mic.
Unfortunately, I think it might be Minshew.
The best quarterback?
Since
Derek Carr.
I think it's Minshew. Jimmy was shit. Gino was shit. Minshew, I think. Minshew but AOC barely started. What did he start? Maybe 6 games, 8 games?
No, he's got 17.
17 games under his belt.
As the starter?
Yeah.
Minshew was better though. I'm not saying he's good, and I'm not saying he's better than AOC. I was just saying when he was with us, I think Minshew was better. He was terrible.
Can we say he had maybe a little bit more success?
Really? Who would have? AOC?
Yeah.
I see.
I can't go with Minshew. All right,
I'll tell you who I can tell you who the best quarterback was after Derek Carr. JT.
Who?
The next one. Whoever plays next, it doesn't matter. Is going to be better than what we had since Derek.
We still haven't found that guy.
We still haven't found it. We're still looking. We got shovels in the ground, stirring the dirt. That's all.
It's a work in progress. Calm down.
It just hurts me to know that they shoved Derek Carr to the side for Jimmy Garoppolo. Just that. What a miss. Yeah. Anyway, have a good live, guys.
All right, thanks, brother.
Later, buddy.
Good question there, Arnie. Good one. Tokyo Raider Maxx needs to chill regardless. He no longer holds any power or influence like he used to. This regime won't tolerate his dumb shit. Yeah, and at what point do they go, enough is enough, right? They want him. He's, they want his talent. They want him to be a part of this team. But when does it become enough, right? I bet there was a discussion with both what really is a Veterans Day. Kubiak looks strong and gives his vets a break. It does happen. It does happen. A lot of teams do that. I mean, you'll see even McVay's going to give Stafford days off. Aaron Donald's getting a whole training camp off. If you ask me. I think once training camp is over, you'll see Aaron Donald sign a renegotiated contract and come back and play. I just don't think he's gonna train on his own, and then once everything dies down, before they get on the plane to go, they're going to Australia, right, to play the 49ers.
Who? The Rams?
Yeah.
No, isn't it? Oh, is it the 49ers? Yeah, it is. Because Seattle's got the home game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Week 1. I forget now.
I'm. It's not a bold prediction. I'm just going to make a half-ass prediction, but he'll probably be on the airplane going to Australia with him. What's up, Rorschach? Thanks for coming in, brother. No Bueno was in here. I don't know if he still is, but stick around and he'll probably show back up. Let's see. God family. Just in case you didn't know, Jewel is a prepaid digital currency that viewers purchase in bundles through the... Okay. Yeah, I don't... I'm new to that one.
Yeah, it is San Fran in Australia.
Nah.
That's Thursday, because the first game this year is not on a Thursday. It's on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, and that's New England at Seattle. So, Super Bowl rematch in Seattle as they raise their banner for winning the Super Bowl trophy. The Patriots have to sit there and watch the banner get raised, and I love every minute of it. That's going to be great. It's like, suckers, that could have been you.
So Brandon comes in here with Jeff. Bless you. You still support AOC. There's a lot of people that support AOC. It's just it depends on what degree you support AOC. I think some people take it a little too far with their anecdotes and analysis. I do think AOC will perform better in a Kubiak system. I think that type of coaching with Janoko and Sullivan and Kubiak, that he could benefit. And I think this offense is just right for him. Under center, 3 5-step drops. Doesn't have to be super athletic to do it. Because we saw all the quarterbacks back in our day. There's some of those quarterbacks couldn't outrun their shadow. You know what I mean? It was like, so he's kind of in that ballpark. So it kind of suits him in a roundabout way, being that pocket passer, a true legitimate under center pocket passer. It suits him. Also coupled with an established run game. Who knows what he can do? You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't, but am I going to anoint him as the next latest and greatest? No, I think he's a good backup. He's a good backup. And I truly think the Raiders should be seriously considering signing him to a contract extension to make him one of the highest paid backup quarterbacks in the NFL. And I wouldn't have a problem with that.
No.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. And then, Brandon, a lot of crazy people out there, too. AOC is terrible. No growth, no get up and go. Just let him hold the clipboard, I guess. The growth part, like I said, he hasn't been in an established system. He's had multiple OCs and head coaches and a lot of turnover, which all of our quarterbacks have gone through that for the last umpteen years. Well, since we fired Callahan, we've lost the consistency in maintaining coaches, offensive coordinators. Seems like every year since then, it's maybe we had a...
Yeah, I mean, it's been a revolving door for coaches and head coaches. I mean, I don't think any coach after Callahan has lasted more than three seasons at most, maybe 4.
2 to 3, maybe.
Might have had how many years was Gruden here with us the second go around? 3.
3. I think it was 3 and a quarter.
Yeah, and just like Sal said, which makes sense because right after him was Callahan. He was there for 2 years with us, and then we cut ties with him after a disastrous
and he's just
with us after we went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he's just the overlay from what we had with the Gruden regime, anyways. Because we kept all of Gruden's coaches. He couldn't. That was one of the agreements. He couldn't take any of his coaches with him to Tampa Bay. So that was. I mean, Gruden 2.0, maybe the 3.5 years at Gruden 2.0, we had some consistency in the offense.
Del Rio was here for a few years too.
Del Rio fired 2 OCs, did he fire 2 or 1? I know he fired Musgrave.
Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. I would have to actually go back and look. Yeah, see, I dealt 5 different coaches since 2020. So since we've been in Vegas. We've been in Vegas for 6 years. We've had 5 different head coaches in Vegas alone.
Yep.
5. in 6 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep. 3 GMs.
And out of those 6 years,
Four.
McDaniels lasted a season and a half, right? Bisaccia half a season as an interim. Antonio Pierce for 1 season. Pete Carroll for 1 season. And now this is the first. We haven't even had this season yet with Kubiak. So,
Is there anybody out
I
there
doubt this is
a
a one and done with him. I mean, unless he goes out and does that something absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
That's the only way this fucking fly is killing me. He keeps flying by in front of me, tormenting me.
Yeah. So,
Barry
since you
Sanders.
mentioned that, and Kubiak is new, based on what you've seen so far, and it's only been, 7 months since we hired him? 8 months since we hired him? Do you see anything different? Or is it because there's 2 ways to look at it. Do you see something different? Out one of my eye, I kind of do. But with both eyes open, it's like, you got to go, you know what? As much as we've gone through, I'm just going to wait. And before I even put a stamp on this regime, I'm just going to wait and see. I'm not even going to make a prediction. I'm not going to say, yeah, it's a great hire. Don't get me wrong. Dude's super good at what he does. And he's and everything that I've heard, he's a natural as a head coach. He grew up his dad was a head coach, played, his dad played quarterback in the NFL. He grew up as a head coach. He grew up around the Mike Shanahans and the Rick Dennisons and his dad and
Hi, Shelley.
all those guys. So he's just from everything that I've heard, he just looks natural at what he's doing with how he's organized. The practices are smooth, crisp, not a whole lot of fluff and stuff and stopping and then standing around and waiting and then blow the whistle and then unblow the whistle and none of that stuff. It seems like it's real smooth. So how do you see it?
Pretty much everything you just said. It actually seems more professional, I would say. They definitely seem more organized. It's definitely a more professional atmosphere. What's going on in that in that building now? Just with the way that he's handling himself. You're not watching him out there. I made comments on this, I think, almost every show this week. He's not out there wrestling with the defensive tackles and, trying to be everybody's buddy out there like Pete Carroll last year. How many times do we see videos of him out there wrestling with guys and trying to take guys down on the field and just doing stupid shit? You're not seeing any of that. You're seeing, a real professional approach on all this. Something we haven't been used to. Because even Antonio Pierce, when he was here, he acted more like he was one of the players than the actual coach.
Right.
He was more of that rah-rah type guy, and I don't think players want that, and that's just it. They don't want that shit. They want someone that's going to come in and set the direction for this team. And by them sitting the two of the, sitting out Cousins and Maxx today, that's another feather in his cap for that. Showing that he's the authoritative figure here and he's not going to stand for any bullshit. So you're both going to get the day off. Bye. Go to the locker room. See you guys. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you're making. I don't care what your status is within the Raider Nation and how much everybody loves one of you over the other. Maxx is, in everybody's opinion, the greatest thing since sliced bread that we've had on this team. So take a seat. Bye, guys. Don't do that shit again.
Yeah. Let me throw a little crux into you.
Hang on 1 second before you go too far here.
Yeah, go ahead. You got some blue dots coming
Shelley
up.
lighting it up over here for me. I appreciate you. She dropped off 10 jewels with the gold coin. Then she did the flowing heart.
That's nice. Shout out to Shelley. Thank you so much.
She dropped off 2 jewels for 100. And then the thumbs up. So thank you, Shelley. I appreciate you. You're awesome. It's so cool.
Thanks. We also got a special guest in the chat here as well.
I see
Miss Peggy Holmes.
What's up, Peggy?
One of our regular guests on the Cage Match show that you got to co-host the other day, which I like that show. I like Savage.
It's fun. That's a fun show. I love it when I get to get on there. I'm actually, just for so everybody is aware of this. Asylum's going to be away for a while, so I will be guest hosting along with Savage for the next few weeks. Probably well into October too. Except for 2 weeks, I'll be in Vegas and in LA.
And that Wednesday show, if you guys can also get over to the Cage Match show and hit your notifications, subscribe to that channel. Savage does a really good job, man.
Yeah, he does.
You talk about a true blue-blooded Raider fan. That he is it. And a great friend. And I never really got to talk to him in person. We just kind of do it back and forth on the airwaves. But hopefully one of these days, wink, wink, nod, nod, we cross paths. And I know he doesn't live too far from me. He lives somewhere over here in the East Bay, in the Bay Area somewhere.
Like he Richmond is up there. He is up in the Bay Area for sure. Yeah. You know what it is? I know he puts a lot of work into the show, but I didn't realize it until him and I were backstage and we were going over everything. He puts a lot of time and effort into the graphics and everything he does for that show. Yeah. So it consumes a lot of his free time. What's up, Severe? Yeah. I see you out there. What's up, Coach? I see you, Coach.
And then Severe, thanks for coming in, Severe. Appreciate it, brother. Coach Sippin' Jamba Juice is in here as well. Thanks. Is it true that Kirk punked Crosby? Well, it depends on what you consider punk. But I can tell you, he didn't back down from him. That's for sure. No. He didn't back down, and it caught it. I think in a roundabout way, it caught some people's attention as like, oh, Kirko chains, not afraid to go after Maxx. Okay,
let's do it.
So, and really, in all honesty, if that's the way Maxx is going to be in practice, and if your quarterback does that, maybe you guys should do the same thing too. And Maxx has also got to realize this too, because I don't know about you when we played. If we were doing like design practice plays and things like that, you all right?
Just read the comment.
Which one?
This one, I'll put it up. It's from Martin. What's up, Martin? He's one of the guys that's in that fantasy league with me. I kind of hooked up with him when I was in with those the other guys that I'm going to do the show on Monday night with.
Please don't take offense to this. Is it me or does JD look a little like Tom Cable? I could probably punch like him too. I think I'm a little bigger than Tom Cable, as a matter of fact.
I don't know. He's a big boy.
He is a big dude.
I think he's heavier than you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think you might got him on the height, though.
I know he's older than me.
It just cracked me up when I saw that, because I like it when someone starts off with, please don't take this wrong. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. And then I read the rest of it. I'm like, oh, that is hilarious.
Hey, I've been referenced to several people, and they don't. You know what? I look at it this way. I'm glad you said that, because now, Martin, you're fair game. Anyways, as I was talking, one of the things, and I'm going to correlate this to like when we played football, right? And when you were practicing, I'm sure you had these guys that were like practice warriors and wanted to, they were thumping it. I mean, they were getting after every, just showing off and hitting people. And it's like, dude, I'm holding the bag. We're doing kind of a walkthrough and you're doing that, right? Eventually, I get to put this blocking bag that I'm holding down, and I get to really block you. And when that happens, I'm going to return a favor. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it would be just a matter of, all right, you want to do that? I'm going to cut your fucking knees out. How do you like that? That shit hurts, don't it? So he's got to realize that too. I mean, so it that's my take on it. But do we have any sauce on the offensive line that would do something like that? Do we like, hey, you're gonna do that with our quarterback, then you're breaking the rules. We're gonna break the rules, but stick to the etiquette. Kubiak's got a plan. You guys all stay on board. Yep. Be good boys.
And that's exactly like Severe just said, I guess, on that show last night. It's true. It's about the proper etiquette, and when it comes to practice, there's one player that's off limits, no matter who it is, who you are, or what you are, and that's your quarterback. You don't touch your quarterback. I don't give a shit who you think you are.
And the punter.
Especially his throwing arm. If it is a stone arm that was hit, you don't do that shit. Which it most likely was because he's right-handed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if JPJ jumped in right away, they had to be on the right side of the line.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, and 805, he didn't punt Crosby, but he didn't back down either. Players broke it up before anything could happen. I was at training camp yesterday and today and saw it up close. Yeah, so there you go. Eyes on the prize right there. So I don't know if you can verify him. From what I understand, Kirko did kind of swipe at his hands and get in and didn't back down. You know, and that's what you expect. Kirk's smart enough not to start a fight with Maxx out on the field where helmets are coming off and shoulder pads.
Max doesn't have much muscle. He might be easy to take down. Although he's big in MMA, so who knows?
That would be an easy. I think that's an easy caller. Okay. Anyways,
are we opening the phone lines yet?
You own the phone line.
Well, I mean, you were going on. I didn't want to interrupt you. You were bringing up some good shit.
Please interrupt me anytime. Please interrupt. All right, because sometimes I might talk a little too much. I mean, there's some people in the chat that would probably say I talk too much. So let's open up those phone lines. What do you say?
Sure.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are open. 401-830-9189. When you call in, just state who you are. I'm going to ask you that anyway. Just keep in mind, Jason can hear you, but you won't be able to hear him. Again, we were going to try and work on it today, but my daughter came home today. We're supposed to go home tomorrow. So he can hear you. So if you're calling specifically to ask Jason a question, I would suggest asking the question and then hang up and go back to YouTube and watch his reply. Because usually he has me relay the information, and sometimes there's too much for me to remember. I'm old. I don't remember shit. So phone lines are
You're
open.
only 2 years older than me.
Huh?
I said you're only 2 years older than me.
I'm still older. Here we go. You're on Raider Nation Voices with Jeff and Jason. State your name.
Yeah, this is the coach.
Hey, what's up, Coach?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just calling in because I've noticed that Severe is extremely jealous of Fernando Mendoza, and I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's taller than him. He's accomplished more than him. I can't explain why he's so jealous of Fernando Mendoza.
I don't know, man. Severe's tall. I've met Severe in person. He ain't no short dude. He's pretty, and I'm 6 even. He's taller than me. A lot taller.
Severe's not a shorty.
Fernando's got him beat. He's got him beat. And I think that's what fuels the anger inside Severe. And he just can't let it go.
And he's better looking than Severe.
But anyways, I'm enjoying the show. You guys keep doing your thing. All right.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, Coach. Thank you. Thanks for calling in, brother. Hear that, Severe?
I don't know if you heard that, but I'm sure the ears are ringing a little bit. But that's a sidetrack call right there.
That was
a good one, though.
That was funny.
I like that. I like that. Any of you guys got anything else? That's a good take. See if you can beat it. Dial the number 401-830-9189. Talk to Jeff. If you got any problems that you want to discuss with him, call him. He's a great therapist, and he can talk you down.
Just don't call me with money problems. I can't help you there. You're on Raider Nation Voices with Jeff and Jason. State your name.
Yeah, this is all aboard Raiders. Who said you guys were allowed to go live when I was going live?
What's up, Rodney? Rodney can't hear me, but Rodney's our Discord guy.
Yeah. Just so you know, Jason can hear you, but you can't hear him. It's not set up right, so we're still working on it. It's been an issue.
No problem.
So what's up, man?
Nothing, man. I just wanted to call. First of all, I wanted to apologize. I actually didn't know you guys were going live, and I was doing my little test live. Sorry about that. But I actually had a question. I was trying to get a bunch of people's different opinions on this. Do you think the whole, and you might have already talked about this, but do you think the whole Kirk Cousins is suspended for fighting was 100% legitimate, or do you think that was a sneaky way to just see what Fernando looked like with the first team? And do you think now he's going to continue to get some more reps now that they've seen a little taste of him now?
We did talk about that. That's pretty much what we've pretty much been talking about since we started the show 40 minutes ago. Jason explained it as they're also labeling it as a Veterans Day off type of thing too.
Okay.
No. I labeled it that.
Oh, sorry, Jason labeled it that way. So I guess Jason works for the team now too. But anyway,
No, that's my opinion. Is a quiet way of saying it's a Veterans Day versus a disciplinary day.
oh, okay. So he said it was his opinion. But anyway,
Okay.
Twist it, Jeff. Just twist it.
oh, I love twisting your words, Jason. You know that. It's half the battle. I think, you know what? The other first one that mentioned something like that, was it a ploy to get Mendoza time out there?
Yeah.
And now that you say it, I'm like, no, that could be one reason. But I think it also could, in all honesty, be like Severe's already said in the chat. It's part of the etiquette in training camp practice. You don't touch the quarterback. There has to be some sort of consequences for it. And, you also don't snap back at your teammate, too. So I think to quell the situation and just put everything, in the past, just have them both take the day off, go do whatever you want to do, go rest, whatever. We'll be fine without you guys. One day off's not going to kill either one of yous,
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I do think, I wonder if they were thinking about maybe some discipline, and then somebody brought up, hey, well, if we do discipline them, then Fernando can get some time.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like a full-blown conspiracy, but I do think there's a chance that they took the opportunity and used it as something to maybe get him some reps, which I think is pretty smart.
Well, and what makes me laugh after I'm watching all, everybody putting out shorts and everything about this on YouTube and such, and they're like, oh, Mendoza takes over at quarterback, of course he's going to be out there with if they just sent him and Kirk Cousins home for the day, who else you putting out there?
Right, it's not going to be Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I mean, that's like saying, oh, the quarterback got hurt. Oh, they're putting him out there. Oh, of course they're going to put so-and-so out there. He's the backup right now. That was the dumbest thing. They make it seem like he took over. He got all the starts, all the snaps today with the ones because he's earned it. No, he got it because Kirk Cousins was sent home for the day.
Right.
So it's like, stop twisting shit. This is what annoys me sometimes when people put shit out like that. It drives me nuts. It's like you're blowing things up that don't even need to be blown up.
No.
Which I think is funny.
They just need stuff to talk about, and
and that's just
they always try to twist it. Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
I just think it's funny. That's all.
Yeah. It is
Jeff.
funny. Well, look, I'm gonna dip
Jeff,
out here.
Jeff,
but I just wanted to-
Jeff, don't
Oh,
let him
hold
go.
on
Don't
a
let him
second.
you guys
Jason's
go.
trying to say something. Go ahead, Jason.
Sorry.
Go ahead and advise him to advertise his show. I just posted the link in the chat for the All Aboard Raiders, YouTube.com. Also, you can visit him on Patreon Plus. Go there, register, join the All Aboard, be a part of the All Aboard franchise. He also has a Discord. Go to his Discord channel. Find his link in his bio on YouTube. Plug all that in. Get in there. We have a great time. That's where I met Duncan, Darkside OB, Half Black, a bunch of guys in there, and it's a really good Raiders Discord. That anything and everything, 24/7. You can plug in, chat away. And then also too, we like to support his channel. He brings great content to the YouTube channel. Go to his channel, watch it, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. He's a hardcore Raider fan, just like you. Comes from the East Coast. I think he lives somewhere in the middle to Midwest now. I know I know where he lives, but I'm not going to broadcast it. So if you could just let him know, just go ahead and advertise his stuff.
So what he basically just did for you is he just broadcasted all your channels, all your links for all your stuff. Mentioned your also put out the the Discord and all your links and everything too. So he's hyping you up for you. That's what he just did.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you guys.
So, no problem, man. I'm all for supporting anybody and everybody. I have no problem with that. You know, there's plenty of the pieces of the pie out there for everybody. You know.
Of course.
You know, anybody that gets jealous over something, it's just like, stop it.
Oh, no. Well, look, I just wanted to hop on real quick.
I appreciate you calling in, man. That's awesome.
Of course.
Thanks, Rodney.
You guys have a good one.
Thanks, brother. Take care. I see Raider Ben popped in. What's up, Raider Ben?
What's up, Raider Ben?
Black quarterback popped in too. What's up, brother? I see you in there. He did say something too. Everything zoomed so fast, so fast because you put all those links, and now Mike's putting in links. So like, if you want to, I don't know if you scroll back already to see what they said.
Yeah.
Started
so we are at Cool Kev. A lot of our conversation right now is still what we're in the mindset with. Kirk's going to start unless he gets hurt. I truly believe that as well. I think it's set in stone, but things can change, and it's all incumbent about that. What transpires in the next 3 or 4 weeks in training camp? Is it that locked into stone? I think Kubiak called his dad for advice, and his dad told him he needs to hold him out for one practice, send a message that no one is above the shield, and this is Kubiak's show, and he's in charge. What do you think?
I mean, I doubt he called his dad, but I mean, it'd be funny if he did. If that finally comes out, I think that'd be hilarious. It's like, I called dad for advice. What do I do?
I'm not gonna
Don't ever
dissuade
let
from
that
this
leak
comment.
if you really did, though, because then that shows that you can't make a decision without reaching out to somebody. You motherfucking fly.
No. On tonight's show, Jeff fights with a fly.
Fight with this thing for the last hour and a half.
God family Raiders for life here. I'm gonna somewhat agree with you. Okay. I don't necessarily think you made an actual phone call last night or a phone call within the certain amount of time. I think that discussion's already been made. Hey, somebody's on the phone. Call. Answer.
Your Raider Nation Voices with Jeff and Jason. State your name.
Joe from Florida. Gentlemen, how are you?
What's up, Joe? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Joe?
I wish that you guys had the phone capability so I could actually talk to Jason, because I really want to debate both of you on this AOC topic. I don't understand, and maybe it's me. I don't know what you guys see that I don't see. And then Jason comes up with this take, like, he said he would make it the highest paid backup if he could. Are you kidding me? I will never understand that. But the main reason I called, gentlemen, did you actually read the article about the fight on ESPN? Did you read that article?
No, I go by what I've heard and everything. I don't. It's a little incident as far as I'm concerned. I don't think it's anything that big. I mean, it happens in every training camp. But why? What did they say?
Well, they wrote up a big write-up about it, how they got into a fight, they were escorted away, and so forth. But there was a line in there that really caught my attention. According to the article, they said that apparently Maxx had this problem with hitting quarterback in practice. Somebody from the team said. Well, who said that? Was it somebody from this regime? Because if it continually happens in this regime, there should have been a punishment way quicker than that. But when would it have happened? Otherwise, there's no way that this regime would have known that. Are they going back and looking at old training camp videos from the previous era? I seriously doubt it. Who would have said something like that? I don't believe it.
Yeah, that sounds a little far-fetched, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me, and I don't know. They seem to be drumming up again. Yeah. It's the world hating the Raiders again. I don't understand why they're drumming up this. What's that?
I said, of course it is. It always is. You know that.
Oh, of course it is. But again,
it's pathetic.
Tell me what you see in AOC that I don't see.
like me personally, I just don't think that he was.
Both of you guys. I know I can't hear Jason, so I'll hang up and listen to him.
Well, first of all, count your
both of you
blessings.
guys.
That's a good thing. But
I love you guys. Come on, you don't have me pick sides.
The thing I with him is I just felt that he was a better quarterback than what people thought he was. Okay, and everybody hits the negativity on him with his injuries. Okay, fine. There's been other quarterbacks in this league that have had injury problems and sucked, but still got chances. This guy's had injury problems in the past, and it's just sometimes never given another chance. But when you look back at his career with this team, and again, I'm not trying to make excuses, but these are legit issues. How many head coaches has he had since he's been here? Okay, so
I heard you guys talk about it. It's been a bunch.
He's had multiple head coaches, multiple offensive coordinators, multiple times with an offensive coordinator switch in the middle of the season, inconsistency with offensive line, horrible running games. The only thing that he's had on a consistent basis since he's been with us has been Deuce Gruden, number one, and Brock Bowers. This is his third year now with us. So as far as a good player, yes, he had Davante Adams, but Davante Adams became that diva side Davante Adams. Jacoby Myers, I wish he would have stayed with us. I knew when we got him what we were getting because I live in New England. So I knew what he was like here in New England. And when I heard that we were getting him, I'm like, oh, this is a good thing. I said, because this guy can play and he'll take pressure off of Davante. I said, this is a great addition. This really is. And we saw how good he was for us. He wasn't spectacular. He was a good to great number 2 guy.
Sure.
So when you look at, you want consistency. Now everybody's calling for consistency. Don't change this, don't change that. If this is what they're going with, stick with it. Well, that's something that Aiden O'Connell really didn't have in his time here. And it's not only him that's had bad seasons or bad games with us. Any quarterback that we've had on this roster has had crappy seasons because of the supporting cast. So it's the fact that he was still under his rookie contract is why he's lasted this long. Because why are you going to get rid of a guy that is he's a good backup for us? You can count on him to win some games. So why would you cut a guy that his pay is his salary cap hit is so cheap? Why? And he's a decent quarterback. Why would you get rid of him? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I'm good. I'm done.
No. I wasn't saying necessarily get rid of him. If he's going to be a third stringer, okay, let him be a third stringer. I just don't see him being anything better than that. He's shown me that you said he has the capability of winning games. I haven't seen that. You said you think he's a better quarterback than what he's seen. Based on what? Based on what something that you've seen that I haven't. There's nothing against the kid. I heard the kid is great. I heard he's a great kid. Nothing against him, but you talk about consistency. One other thing that we always talk about is upgrading. We get upgraded in any position. We should always be looking at that. That's my only point today. It's nothing personal with the kid.
No, I get that, and it's usually nothing personal. Some people go to the extreme and absolutely can't stand the kid, and I don't get that. I mean, look, we got a decision to make after this season, right? Kirk's only going to be here.
Right.
If we don't, we have to pay him by the 3rd of May.
March.
Okay.
Right.
March or May? March. Sorry.
March.
The 3rd of March. Okay. If he's still here after that, and he's here on the 5th day of the May 5th, March 5th, then we have to pay him the balance of what we're supposed to owe him. So we're going to end up cutting him. We have to pay him that $10 million by the 3rd. He's entitled to that. That's part of the guarantee. So he's not going to be here next year because we're not going to pick up an $80 million contract on a guy that's been in the league that long. So who are we going to have for a backup? That's why I don't see us getting rid of Aiden O'Connell right now, because I think he would be a decent backup for Mendoza. You want to start drafting quarterbacks every year after that and see if there's something better that can replace AOC 12, then fine, then go for that. No. Again, I say this all the time. There's 2 positions, in my opinion, that we should draft every single draft, and that's a quarterback and a left tackle regardless, because they're 2 of the toughest positions to try and solve every year for a team. A good backup quarterback that can potentially become your starter, and a good future left tackle. Because we're gonna be in a rough situation after next year because Colt Mills is gone. We've got 2 years left with him. I don't see us keeping him after that. If we do, that would be great. But you need that next guy that's going to step up and take over for him. So again, those are two positions I think should be drafted every single year, regardless whether you need them or not. You have to make sure that it's the same thing we did with Derek Carr when he was here for all those years. We never brought in competition for him. So he knew as good as he played, he was going to be the starter every year because we never brought in anything worth the shit to beat him out. So yeah, I don't want to see us get stuck in that same loop. Where we just, oh great, Mendoza's awesome, that's fine. We'll just whatever for backups. We won't worry about a quarterback for a while. But I don't see this regime doing that. I see them being prepared for the near future and beyond that. I see them being a little bit more prepared than some of the coaches we've had in the past. That's why I have a little bit more hope and faith going forward.
And guys, I'll let you go after this one last point. I suppose I've become a lot more militant with this team over the years. This is going on my 36th year. I know I'm a baby to you guys, but this is my 36th year. I'm about to hit 50. And I could have sworn years ago that we would have had a Super Bowl in my actual watching lifetime. And it hasn't happened yet. And gentlemen, I'm afraid that, who knows? So I get very militant. I want this team to be as good as possible because hope springs eternal, but we're not eternal. So I'm just hoping for the best for this team. I don't know where we're going, but I'm going to go for the ride again and keep my fingers crossed, gentlemen.
Definitely. I hope so for your sake. I want to see one more Super Bowl before I shuffle off this earth,
I want it for guys like him.
I get it.
I want it for guys like him.
Gentlemen,
like
thank
Duncan.
you, and I will continue to be listening. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Joe.
Thanks for calling in, man. I saw set it up. I'm looking at it right now. So
Hey, looking at Cousins' contract,
All right,
Raiders can
so-
sign Cousins next year, not pay him $80 million.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it right now. Yeah, it's right here. It's exact numbers, pretty much almost to the penny. All right, so for 2027, his salary. Let's see. So 11 million guaranteed 2026 salary plus 2027 roster bonus. 2027 roster bonus is 10 million guaranteed due to the third league day of 2027. 1.34 million 2020 salary plus 78.655 million 2028 salary become fully guaranteed the fifth league day of 2027. So basically March 5th. If
Triggers
we
that
still
$80
have him
million.
on the roster of March 5th, that contract, that part kicks in and we're on with him. And we're on the hook for 80 mil.
Yeah. But to answer Joe's question, I don't know if I misstated the point I was trying to get with Aiden O'Connell.
I know, but I just real quick, just as long as Black's still in the channel in the chat.
Oh yeah, he's here.
That's I was just answering his question on that. So yeah, it would be basically 80 mil is what we'd be on the hook for. Which I can't see us doing that.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow.
You're paying Fernando and everybody else. I mean,
no,
we're gonna have to do some serious finagling.
Yeah. Look into the team option, which the team will pay until the contract could be renegotiated. Yeah, the contract can be renegotiated,
but they're only going to have a certain amount of time. If they haven't done it yet, if they haven't renegotiated his contract by the fifth day of the new league year, when that kicks in 2027, if he's still there, this current contract takes fully effect. We can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
That's
no. My point with I'm going to get back to the Aiden O'Connell with when Joe came in. I can't rewind it to kind of see exactly what I said, but my point being is that Aiden O'Connell, I believe, in this system with Clint Kubiak, could develop a little bit better than what he's shown in the last 3 years. That's just my opinion because based on what I've seen with Kubiak and other quarterbacks and how he's coached them, correct? Am I missing something there? Okay. So moving on from that, and this is just a belief, whether or not it's true, that's just my belief, that if he does and he can elevate AOC to the point where it's like we're locked at backup quarterback. I mean, there's no reason to don't let him out of the building. And one of the best ways to keep him from leaving the building is, and you have wiggle room because you have Fernando on a rookie contract, you have wiggle room to make him one of the highest paid. It doesn't have to be the highest paid like Mac Jones, but maybe something kind of in that ballpark to kind of keep him in the building. And maybe Aiden O'Connell buys into this regime and says, hey, you know what? I know the first 3 years sucked, but man, this 2026 season was freaking fun. Maybe I want to stay here and just be the backup and improve a little bit more. And then maybe by the time I'm 29, 30 years old, then I can wander off on my own and maybe take over a team on my own, which I doubt that's going to happen. But, and we talked about this before, and there's a lot of people that have way more knowledge than what we all do in these chats that say that he's a good backup quarterback. It's somebody that if you need a game or two or a stretch of 3 games, that he can come in, maybe go 2-1 out of those 3 games and keep the team afloat, especially if you're talking about a team that's playoff bound in its trajectory. Oh, my God, I said playoffs. But anyways, let's just say in a year or two, let's just say in a year or two, the Raiders are playoff contenders, okay? Mm-hmm. And we have him as a backup. Now, all of a sudden, our starting quarterback goes down. He's going to be down a game or two with a high ankle sprain, right? He can come in. The offense doesn't lose its punch, right? It's not going to be the prolific offense that prolific type of offense that we're expecting, but it's enough to sustain, right? And if you look over in San Francisco, that's what Mac Jones did that last year. Everybody, Mac Jones this, Mac Jones that. That dude did a damn good job filling in for Brock Purdy last year. And guess what? He got rewarded with a contract that made him the highest paid backup quarterback in the NFL. What's backup money for a quarterback? $12, $15, $18 million?
Maybe. I don't know. Without looking at specific.
I'm just going off the top of my head.
I look at our team, but it doesn't really count because AOC's still on his rookie contract, so he's still getting paid peanuts right now.
This year, yeah. Yeah. So
I'd have to look at another roster.
Yeah. The one thing we're not going to do is franchise tag him. Hell no. That ain't happening. Just to keep a backup quarterback.
Just
no,
to answer
ain't happening.
Black's question here, too. Basically, my opinion, this is my opinion. I don't know if this can actually work or not. If they're going to negotiate with them, I'm wondering if they can restructure his contract during the current season.
I don't see why not.
If there's something they can do during the season for Kirk Cousins. I don't know why. I mean, I wouldn't think that they're probably having negotiations now or talking about it right now. I think they're going to wait and see how the season plays out. I mean, if we turn in a shitty record and we know that we're not going to keep him and we're just going to, all in on Mendoza starting in 2027, then they'll just end up cutting him. They'll pay him the money that he's due by the 3rd day and then just let him go. I wouldn't see a need to keep him. If they're that confident that Mendoza's the guy after this season's over, then I don't see them. I see no reason why you would keep Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
The only way I would seriously consider keeping Kirk Cousins is if he takes us to the damn Super Bowl and we fucking win it. Then he's got the hot hand because he played all season long. He put up ridiculous numbers. Won us a ton of games,
with an average to below average wide receiver core.
with a shitty wide receiver core, to be honest with you, a bunch of young guys out there. Yeah. We win a Super Bowl, then you know what? Then I would be renegotiating and bringing him back because you know what? Sorry, Mendoza, but we got to go with the hot hand. He already won us one Super Bowl under a system that he's extremely familiar with. No reason why if we just retool a few positions here and there in the draft and free agency, we could go right back there again. So, I mean, that would be the only reason. And this is just hypothetical. You know, I'm not saying that we're going to win the Super Bowl. This is just me throwing that out there. You know,
Arnie came in here with an average good backup quarterback is usually paid right around the $7 million per year mark. Gave AOS 3 years, $21 million contract. I don't see a problem in that. I really don't. Are there better options? There might be in the draft where we can draft somebody maybe in the 3rd round. You know, that could be a backup, but now you're relying on a rookie to be your backup.
Yeah.
When you just drafted the number 1 guy and you had him sit, now you're going to elevate him to starter and then expect this guy to relieve him if he gets hurt, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a qualified backup. AOC's got a lot of run in a. I mean, he started 17 games. He's played, 18, 19 games total?
Rebel. What's up, Rebel? It's hypothetical, man. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you would stay. I'm just saying if you want to. Either way, we got to keep him based on the current contract. He'd be here no matter what anyway after the 5th day of the new year. So he couldn't leave to go to another team even if he wanted to. We'd have to cut him or we'd have to trade him.
Yeah.
That's the only way he would be off this team is if we decide to trade him or cut him. That's it. Other than that, he's here next year regardless, and then we're on the hook for 78 million additional salary cap hit for him.
Nah, and it's gonna be hard to trade that.
Remember,
contract.
This is still his contract from Atlanta, so this isn't a contract we came up with. You know,
we're paying $8 million.
Atlanta's still paying him somewhat. That's why he's only getting paid one.
Or no, we're paying 1 point something this year.
Yeah, it's like 1.3 mil this year. It's crazy.
And then Atlanta's paying the rest, and then we just owe him $10 million at the end of the year for his services, which, if you guys do the math, it's a hell of a lot less than what we paid Geno Smith for 1 year. So I think if in terms of apples and oranges, it's completely different, and we're getting the bargain end of the stick with that. I think
it's wasted.
I think it's an upgrade to Cousins. How much of an upgrade? That's to be determined. You know, from Geno. Well, anything is better than what we got with Geno. Geno just pissed everybody off. Pissed me off. Pissed you off. I think he pissed off.
I read something today where I guess the Jets, again, the Jets fans or the media out there, they're getting bit by the same bug that Raider media was last year on how good Geno Smith looks in training camp. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Come on. It's just... anybody that's a fan of the Jets that were there on the first go round with Geno Smith and saw how that went. Good luck this year. Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest in the chat. The one, the only, Wasted Talent.
With an Uncle alert.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming in, dude. Appreciate that. Like that guy, man. I don't know if anybody in here that hasn't watched this show, and if you haven't, you guys are missing out. Yeah, that's the show of all shows, man.
I'll tell you what, his chat is kick ass though too. Yeah, and his mods are cool too. His mods are cool as hell. Yeah, his chat's fun, man.
Yeah, he's good. Just his overall. One, his knowledge. Two, his presentation. Yeah, I dream of one day being a Wasted Talent. I think he just checked out. He goes, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm not watching this show no more. Arnie Garza's coming in with some fire right here. Look at this. Arnie Garza. Always, dude, this guy rocks, man. On our Sunday show last week, good night. Question: who is the highest paid starting quarterback that amounted to nothing but wasted money?
He's taking his kid back to college right now.
Congratulations, man. Good fun. Good fun. My youngest just graduated. We're all done. No more college.
My kids are in their 30s, so I'm well past that. Right?
They're on their own if they want to go back to college now.
Oh, and I'm already past them. They're both married already and everything, so I'm past the weddings and all that crap. So now
I got a wedding.
I'm enjoying the grandkids, so that's the good thing.
Got the daughter's wedding this year in October. Get a walker down the aisle. Man, I can't wait. Can't wait.
I'll tell you what. Cherish that day as a father of a daughter himself, because you only got the one daughter, right?
Right, one daughter, one son.
And that, to walk her down that aisle, was just. And this was a year after my heart attack too. So I mean, the fact that I was still able to be there for it, and it's just such a special thing.
Yeah.
You know,
The air felt different.
When you're a young dad and you have a daughter and you dream of that day someday,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and when that day finally comes, it's over in a flash, just like your own wedding, you know.
Yeah.
But it's so special when you get to do that, and you know, and for her wedding, the really cool part about it was my son got ordained for the day, so he actually did the ceremony for my son-in-law and for her. So as I'm walking up the aisle, I'm trying. First of all, I'm fighting back the tears so I'm not crying, right? Because it's just so emotional. And now as I'm walking down the aisle, I'm looking at my son up there, and he's, you know, just being him. He's kind of making goofy faces and shit. So I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying not to cry. It's like all these emotions going through. But yeah, that moment is so special. You know, when you finally hand her off for the last time with your last name before she takes on this other young man's last name. You know, she's still going to be your daughter and everything, but it's a special day. It really is.
It is. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, I couldn't wait for my son's wedding. I was like, all right, good, see ya.
Yeah. And the closer it gets, the more nervous I get, because it's like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because this is my daughter's special day, and just make it as fabulous as we possibly can. We've had some good phone calls over it, and like Daddy told her, said, look, it's your special day. The moment is special, but remember, we all come together that day, not to celebrate the ceremony, but to celebrate you going into a new chapter of your life. So I expect you to hyphenate your last name and keep mine. No, but Arnie had a good question earlier, and we're kind of got off subject here. We're supposed to be a Raiders talk show, but we're human too, with families. Arnie's question was, let's go. I had it back here. It was something to do. Question: Who is the highest paid starting quarterback to amounted to nothing but wasted the money? And a lot of people turn to Sam Bradford, Russell, Rodgers, Leaf, and then somebody mentioned in here. Oh, even Arnie said that Watson did play good in Houston, but when he got that stupid contract, and he took the Browns to the bank on that contract. A lot of money, no return on their investment. That's for dang sure. What do you say?
I gotta go with Jamarcus Russell out of that group. You know, because you look at some of those other guys. They still had Ryan Leaf, the exception. He just did shit. But all the other guys still had somewhat of, put stats out there, won games. Jamarcus Russell couldn't do shit. He was overweight, couldn't do crap. He was horrible. Talk about a waste of money on a contract. And his contract would have already been bigger than Ryan Leaf's anyway, because he came into the league way after Ryan Leaf did. So the money's gone way up since then. I mean, what was it, $60 million he got paid? Jamarcus, right?
I think it was $38 million guaranteed. So he ended up getting like $38 million.
Yeah, but still, either way, I mean, that was the worst.
Yeah, and then he turns around years later and gets in trouble for stealing money from a booster club at a high school that he's coaching. No, but to answer the question of wasted talent coming in here, great take on this wasted. Worst contract ever. The answer is Joe the Policeman on That's My Mama Give Up for Deshaun Watson massage truck. And I just said that just a minute ago too. It's like, to be quite honest with you, if you look at the totality of it, well, the figure in and of itself, $250 million in guaranteed money. And what did the Browns get out of it? Nothing. He's played how many games for the Browns? because he got suspended.
Yeah,
right?
never mind. I forgot about how much he got paid. That's right.
Yeah, he got suspended,
Yeah, I
so
totally
he didn't
forgot
play.
that contract. You're right.
Snapped both Achilles, so that's 2 years there.
You got me.
It's like, man, I if anybody got over on anybody, Deshaun Watson, man. Yeah, that was.
Well, the
I think they're going to try and get us
out too. I mean, Houston Texans got rid of his contract. Okay, They traded him. They got draft picks for him. He goes to Cleveland. Cleveland pays him a shit ton of money. Then the league fucking suspends him. And he's out for however many that. It would seem like he was out forever.
Was it like 10 games, I think, or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know how that GM and even could keep his job after that. It's like, what?
Was it the GM though, or was it the owner?
Stick with them. It's like, are you crazy? I can't believe they didn't just do something to unload that goddamn contract. I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, the sad part is, after everything that they've paid him, is if Shedeur Sanders beats him out in Cleveland. So now you're paying all that money, and he's now a backup.
Yep. I'm not a
He's
big
definitely not the
Shedeur
wrong guy.
fan, but what I'm seeing so far this year, it sounds like he's taken to the coaching a little bit better and performing a little bit better. So all the Shedeur fans are out there. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon with you, but I always said if he could just get away from his daddy and get some good coaching, he'd probably be a damn good quarterback in this league.
Yeah, it's possible, but he's got to drop the attitude too.
Yeah, it all goes together.
I didn't want him because I didn't want the whole sideshow that was going to come with it, which is Deion Sanders. And I love Deion Sanders. I love him as a player.
Yeah.
I don't mind him do what you're doing in college, whatever. I just didn't want him sticking his nose into Raider business and making it about him and his kid. No, that's not what this is about. We're trying to start something fresh here. That's why I didn't want him here last year. That's why I was never high on him to begin with. But Circus Raider wrong. The Browns received disappointment, so they did get something out of the Watson contract.
They're still getting first round picks like crazy.
We're done.
So they did a killing in the draft this year, and I think they get some next year too. A couple more picks next year in the first round too, I think. But no, and Wasted, and I was getting ready to tell you this, and Wasted comes in with the exact same thing. Is I think Jimmy Haslam is the one that pushed for that Deshaun Watson. I don't think it was a GM. I don't think that was a GM decision. I think that was an owner decision.
That's what he just said right here.
Yeah. Now, I was getting ready to tell you that, but you kept talking.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
Numlock came back downstairs.
No, that was way before that.
Well,
way back. But, yeah. Tit for tat. We all discussed it. I think we're all in agreement that probably the Deshaun Watson contract was probably the biggest poof, I would say, so far. But it's going to happen again. I always thought Snyder in Washington would do something like that as well. Because I think he did that with somebody. I can't remember. I know.
There's an owner I don't miss.
Yeah, I don't miss him at all.
Yeah, it's a miracle that he kept that team as long as he did, to be honest with you.
Well, we have to thank him for his due diligence and his own investigation to loop us into that shit and get our coach fired. Out of all that stuff, our coach is the one that gets fired. For what? Now, I'm not discounting what was said in the emails. The emails speak for themselves, and there's no. I wouldn't give credit to that at all. But the mere fact that out of all that information, and that's the only thing that came out of it, you got to be kidding me. So that was that's when it becomes like, okay, that was a hack job.
Yeah.
And I was talking to BDQ earlier today about also too we're discussing some of the decisions that AP made, and he didn't take into consideration when he was making decisions. It's like, hey, you do understand that if we do this, we are the Raiders, and they are not going to overturn they're not going to overturn this because we are the Raiders, or they're going to call this a penalty when normally they don't call it a penalty, but technically it is. But since we're playing in the game, and if it's something that's going to benefit us, aka remember the spike rule game, right? That all of a sudden this morphed interpretation of a rule, we can't do that. You can't. You got to be considerate whenever you're making those decisions. That the rule book, when we play, the rule book is on hand, ready to be interpreted.
What's up, Jack Kenna?
What's up, Jack Kenna? Long time no talk.
Frank Rubber just popped in too, didn't he? I thought.
Yeah.
I saw him somewhere in here. What's up, Frank? Nice to see you, brother.
Absolutely, Gruden got the shaft out of that deal. Absolutely.
Yeah, good. I think somebody either went out of their way looking for that specifically because they were tipped off, or somebody kind of made it be known that, hey, this is here too.
I think that's the Snyder part of it.
The index.
Snyder's Snyder's was the one that leaked that information, if I'm not correct. He's the one that, because his ass was in trouble, and so to take a look.
Was it him or Lombardi?
Who?
Oh no, the email was to Lombardi. That's what it was.
No, the email was to Allen.
I thought it was to Lombardi.
No, to Allen. Remember, what's his name? Allen. He was our GM when Gruden was here the first time. Then he went to Washington as a GM. And him, Gruden, and Jay Gruden are all friends. They all keep in Bruce Allen. There you go. Bruce Allen. Yep. I could picture his salt and pepper hair and him standing on the sideline, down on the sideline without Davis pregame. It's like, but yeah, they were friends and they were communicating, and there was some innuendos about the Rams were forced to draft a certain player because of his sexuality, the guy that came out openly, and blah, blah, blah. And Gruden, it started with that. And then the more he was making fun of the NFLPA director, that the innuendos had racial undertones to them. And and that was when Snyder goes, see, look what's going on here. We're being truthful. We're being upfront with you. Here you go. And it's like, well, where's the rest of the stuff? Where's the emails from you to a secretary over in the pro player personnel that you're talking sweet nothings in her ear in emails? We don't see those. Why aren't you providing those? So there was that whole situation. It's a good thing he got out of the owner business, because he was a mess. I felt sorry for Washington fans because of him.
Was the garage open?
But anyways, hey, hour and 22 minutes. We've had some really good phone calls.
Yeah, we did tonight.
If you think you got what it takes, bring it in. Joe from Florida came in hot and heavy, man. He was dumping on me, pounding. He was pouring motor oil on my head.
That was fun. I liked every minute of that.
Yeah.
What's up, Lucky?
It's fun.
I see you in here today. What's up, brother? Yeah, definitely things get lost in translation. Again, it's one of those old, I tell you a story first, Jason, and then I ask you to pass it on, and it makes its way back around to me. It's a completely different story by the time it gets back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you about a guy that, did something with a piece of paper, and next thing you know, it's like he ends up with a knife in his hand by the time the story gets back to me. It's like, how the hell did it go from paper to a knife? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Even in the comment section of our lives, when you start reading them, it's like some people misinterpret what's actually said.
Yeah,
it's like you got to be real
we just
careful.
talked about that the other day.
Yeah,
we just talked about that. Or you talked about it on your show yesterday.
Yeah,
the Friday show you did.
Yep. The Friday one. Friday mornings, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Raiders Pride and Boys, hosted by myself. So throw that in there. It's a part of the 401_Raider_Jeff Productions Company, LLC. Included, but yeah, it's one of those deals that you gotta be real careful what you say. That's why sometimes it's easier to pick up the phone and just talk. But even in my case, because even Joe came after me and dumping on me, and I was like, I don't think he really understood what I was trying to say. It was like I don't think it was far.
You hate AOC, so I know you.
I hate AOC. I've never said that. Never, ever have I said that.
I just misunderstood.
What? That I hate AOC?
Shit we all use and say things to our friends that aren't polite or political. Oh, hell no.
No.
All right. Well, first of all, here's one little tidbit, one little thing. I'm a former firefighter. He's a former cop. So if anybody knows ball busting, it's going to be the two, especially in the firehouse.
Nah.
I mean, he's shitting me. You know, if you didn't call somebody an asshole, you didn't like them. You know, I mean, that's just the way it was back, especially when I was younger. You know, now everything's so PC and, you know, someone will
Oh,
go
I used to
complain.
drive sergeants up the wall on calls. They would be on my call, trying to micromanage the call. I'd drive them up the wall with my
Oh,
shit.
I had guys like that too.
And they
You
were
had a
just,
deputy.
I'm like, you don't need to supervise me. I've been doing this shit for over 20 years. You've been a cop for 10. You get stripes. Congratulations. You studied, took the test, got promoted. Excellent.
Yep.
Doesn't change anything. But you show up here because you want to be the supervisor and you want to critique and do all this stuff. But you got to understand, I play by a different game. See, anybody and everybody I talk to, I only talk to them the way they talk to me. Simple as that. You set the context. We'll set the context. We'll kumbaya. So it's however you want to do it. So
I had a deputy chief and a lieutenant that couldn't make a decision to save themselves,
oh yeah,
and that would drive me
insane.
nuts.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I would just start doing what I knew needed to be done, and they'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, if you guys aren't going to make a decision, I'm going to go and do what I need to do that I know needs to get done." So I don't know what the hell you guys are standing there waiting. I mean, there's smoke coming out of the building. I don't know what you want to do. I don't need orders from you. I know my job. So you two sit down here, you know, patting each other on the ass, trying to figure out what you want to do. I'll be inside. See you later. You know, shit like that. It drives me nuts. It's like, you know the job. Just making this. They were both afraid to make decisions. That was the problem. Because they didn't want the consequences if they were wrong. Right or wrong, make a goddamn decision. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, ball busting is huge in both professions. Same with the military. Same with the military.
It's the camaraderie, building that camaraderie and testing the waters with people. I don't find oh my God.
I knew he was going to come in with something. I interpret it as Jason isn't a team player, not surprised. Oh, you're making him cry. He's putting his face down.
No, I'm not crying. I'm in disappointment with that comment. I'm in huge disappointment right now. Morning quarterback culture is rampant. Oh, dude, we have well over 75,000 general managers and head coaches in Raider Nation.
Even more than that. They're worldwide. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. I bet you can fly to Florida and get you, and that guy's a head coach.
Did you know that we had about 25,000 scouts too for our team?
Oh yeah,
they're everywhere too.
Yeah. And tryouts Monday. There's tryouts Monday. The last time when I went to the Pittsburgh game 2 years ago, and I was walking out, and I hear this, "Damn, number 75, you look like you could play." I turn around and I go, "Dude, I'm 52 years old." At the time, I was 52. 52 years old. That ain't happening.
No. You want to sign me to a contract that's going to take care of me for the rest of my life? Because I'm going to go up and get my ass handed to me. Then fine, I'll go out there. But no, I'm past that. I'm done.
Yeah. And anyways, bro, messed up thing is we get it right more than the organization does. Dude, you cannot say it any better than that. Thank you. It seems like every time I dial. Well, this was when Telesco was the GM. I had Telesco's phone number. It was 1-800. I am stupid. Yeah, so I would dial that number, and yeah, good idea. It probably should have followed my idea. Believe it or not, to save grace. He's only here for a year, and his draft seems to be the only one that's holding any water right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was here long enough to take a couple sips of the coffee, man. So, and then all of a sudden, he gone. That was a quick twitch.
What's up, Q? I see you, brother.
I had leg cramps last longer than Telesco did.
Fuck, Tyree Wilson was out there chasing butterflies on the field half the time. I don't know what the hell. That kid looked. I mean, he looked great in college, and man, it's just another one of those guys that just couldn't. As of right now, still can't, transfer over into the NFL. But I don't know.
Oh, you know what?
I don't even know how he's doing down in New Orleans. Has anybody seen anything on him?
No, I haven't seen. I haven't really.
Outstanding news that he's lighting it up, so I know that.
No, well, I guess in a roundabout way, that's a good thing because we've had people leave here and go to another organization. All of a sudden, wait a second, we drafted that guy. He was a bust for us. And all of a sudden, he's not really playing at a Pro Bowl level, but you see him making plays.
Cleo Farrell just was it Miami? I think it was he signed with. I brought it up in my NFL show a couple of weeks ago when he signed.
Who's that?
Farrell.
Cleveland Farrell?
Farrell. Yeah, he's still out there.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't draft. Did we draft Arden Key? No. Anyways, Arden Key kind of did the same thing. He left us and went somewhere else, and it was like, he's actually playing halfway decent. You know what I mean? I think it was he went to San Francisco. I was like, dude, he's actually playing pretty good. Of course, there was a lot of talent on that defense.
You know what? Cam Jordan working with him, that'd be yeah.
Nah.
I mean, I hope for the best for the kid. Seriously, I you don't. We drafted Arden almost their key. They
almost there. But am I not missing something? Wasted? It seemed like when he left us, he got better. I'm not saying he was like all world, all pro or anything like that, but it was like you turn on the TV and you watch him, and it's like, yeah, he played. Man, he never played that good for us. What the hell? And we've had a few of those that did that. That just
it's just 100% better.
Yeah. Arden ain't no key. Jack Kinnett coming in. Yeah, he actually got a few sacks. I mean, 5 times more than what he got for us. I know that. I mean, I took math in high school, and I know that it was a lot more than what we got out of him. So, and the same with Cleveland Farrell as well. I mean, Cleveland, he had a little bit of success year or two after he left us. I mean, it wasn't great. He was a rotational player, but
first rounder that he was gone, and I think he went to one other team after that, and they waived him. And I think in camp they let him go, and he hasn't been back in the NFL since. I don't think.
So we got 71 people in the chat right now watching us, and I just checked the phone. Nobody's on hold, right?
No.
Okay, so we got nobody on hold. This is a phone-in show. Call in 401-830-9189. If you got something to say, call in. It could be for 10 seconds. Like to keep it to a couple minutes. When you do call in, you only get to talk to Jeff, but I can hear you. You're not going to be able to hear me, but you'll be able to talk to Jeff. We do have a patch in plan, but it's going to take us a couple hours to work through it and see if we can get it to where both of us can talk to you. If not, I guess I could just use my number as well, so he who gets the most phone calls wins.
What the fuck was I going to say? I was going to say something, I just lost my train of thought.
Something important.
I'll explode that. I didn't want
Leatherwood.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's Leatherwood. I think it was more.
I was a stretch. He stretched for that pick, man. That was a reach.
And then they picked the wrong Byron Young.
Oh my God! Yeah. How do you do? Someone needed. Someone needed to lose their damn job for that one.
I think they did.
That is ridiculous how that happened.
That was horrible. That was, it wasn't worse than what the Vikings did, where they forgot to turn their pick in twice. I think it was twice in the same draft. Was it the same draft or back-to-back drafts?
Yeah, and the next team, I think it was the Broncos, wasn't it? Wasn't it the Broncos that were the next
Something
team
like that. And
they just jumped right in there and took the pick that they
wanted.
Yeah, your time's up, brothers. Get done. We're jumping right in here. Thanks.
Look who's decided to join us, Mr. Dixon Sider. And if you guys don't know, Jeff's already taken a photo with Fernando, and he's got his poster and his jersey.
What's up, I see you, brother. What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Let me ask you this. So, did you watch Thursday night's game with Arizona in Carolina?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Okay.
Not the about Hall of Fame game, third quarter. They don't even hardly show the game. They're talking to all the Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
so,
which is fine. I'm
yeah.
fine with that.
Yeah.
But I brought this up last night on my show when we were talking about the rest of the games for this week. For the true week one now for the preseason. And when I was going through the schedule, I picked out a few that I was definitely interested in watching. Obviously, I'm going to watch the Raiders game, but I want to see how our secondary does against Arizona now. Because if you watch Thursday night's game, they were throwing that ball, they were flinging it. Carson Beck was out there throwing that ball all over the field. So I want to see how well our younger corners and safeties out there do against that, because it's a far cry from what I saw the training camp videos with Marvin Harrison Jr. look like he can't catch anything. He looks slow this year. I don't know what's going on with him. Their offense just looked miserable in training camp. And then you watch Thursday night's game, it's like, what the hell? That's not how they looked in camp the other day. They looked horrible. Guys couldn't catch the ball worth the shit. Guys were getting smacked around like they were kids out there. So I want to see. I'm really interested in that game, obviously, because we're playing it, but we still have to play them during the regular season too. And I really think that Carson Beck might have made a statement here that he's not down and out from possibly winning that starting job out there. If he keeps playing like this in preseason, I think he might have a good shot of really being in the mix for the number one spot in that team. So it's going to be interesting. The one other game that I'm really interested in watching too is Buffalo, because it's the first game in their new stadium. I just watched the video a little while ago
of the new stadium.
One of their super fans that I met when I went to the draft, and was watching the video. He was live in their stadium. I guess they had like a practice there in the stadium, and fans were able to come in and walk around. And the place looks gorgeous. I mean, the concourse is huge.
Oh yeah.
The space between where the seats are to the concession stands, it is massive. And when you're standing at the concession, you can still turn around and see the field. So it's not even like it's not like the old days where the concession stands were behind the bleachers or behind the seats, and you couldn't even see the field. But this is like this level was completely wide open all the way around. So you could be standing at the counter, turn around and look, and you can see the field, so you can still see what's going on.
Yeah.
Stadium's beautiful.
They built that stadium real well.
Yeah, and I can't wait till we go to Buffalo to play, because I want to go to that game.
Yeah, and from what I understand, the design of it, even being an outdoor stadium, that how they pack snow into their old stadium, stadium would get packed, and they'd have to come in and everybody get free tickets to shovel snow and all that good stuff. That roof that they built and how they designed it, pretty much only the field is going to get snow.
Yep.
And then they also have the way they got it set up, they can get the snow out of there real quick, like within an hour. They can get all that snow out and be game ready. So it's a beautiful stadium. Buffalo deserves it, and I'm so glad they got it and didn't end up going to Toronto with that previous ownership that they had. That would have been bad, for the Bills fans, because they're right up there with us as far as passionate fans. You throw them, Cleveland, Philadelphia, Chicago, as far as passionate fan who's passionate about their fan base being as passionate. I said it like 3 times. How they feel about their team and how dedicated they are, and I'm happy that they're getting that, and I actually look forward to playing there one day. Well, not me, but the Raiders playing there.
Yeah,
one
that's
day.
why I can't wait till they're on our schedule for as a visiting team, because I want to go. I've already been to the old stadium. I've been up there, so I've been around Bills fans on their home turf, and they're crazy. They're absolutely nuts up there.
The last Bills game I came out here, we had a bunch of them that came out here, and let me tell you, man, you talk about gracious and passionate and gracious. Oh, man, I said passionate like 15 freaking times. But
You're passionate about the word passionate.
it's passionate, yeah. I just heard my wife go, I haven't heard that word in a while. But you know, they when they were at the Oakland Coliseum and tailgating and stuff and running into them and just conversing with them, and the Raider fans were very respectful to him as well, which was cool. And usually, I mean, just my own experience, the most I've ever seen at the Oakland Coliseum as far as negativity is when the Broncos, Niners, and Chargers, and Chiefs as well. There were times late 90s, early 2000s, the Chiefs really weren't that big of a deal, but the Broncos fans and the 49er fans, you know, I walked into the stadium. We were playing the 49ers one time. I walked into the stadium, and and this is an hour before kickoff, right? Because I used to like to go in an hour before kickoff. As soon as the punters and kickers come out on the field, I want to be sitting down. I want to watch everybody come out, see who's warming up, see who's suited up, who's not suited up, you know, type thing. And I kid you not, we're just barely getting up. We walk up. We're in the second deck. We walk up, and I look to my left, and there they go. They're already fighting. Here comes Oakland PD, hats and bats, man, breaking this thing up. And I was like, my buddy that I was with goes, we haven't even sat down yet. I go, yeah, the 66th Avenue parking lot is probably nothing but a mosh pit right now. The Hagenberger site wasn't bad. We hardly saw any 49er fans on that site, but if you walked all the way around to the other stadium on the 66 site, there was a lot of 49er fans over there, and I could just imagine how many people got arrested that game. So, but
well, it's funny because the where they built the new stadium is the exact parking lot that last time I was up there is where we had our tailgate. It's right there where the stadium is. So, but yeah, I want to go up there to see that stadium.
So, are you saying you christened the property before they built the stadium? You blessed it with your presence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a whole bunch of us. When I was still part of the Booster Club, we went up there. We held a big tailgate and the party, the whole 9 yards.
No.
Drove up there. That sucked. That's a long ass drive.
Yeah.
Nothing.
The only away game I've ever been to was Candle State Park. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. The wind. It was.
So you haven't gone to any other away game for the Raiders?
Just home games. Just home games. Went to
So
Los Angeles.
you yourself have never seen them play in their white jerseys. Not that that's a big treat.
No, I did. When Lane Kiffin was the head coach, he marched them out in white jerseys against the Chargers in a home game.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do I not remember that?
Yeah.
At
right
home?
before he got fired. Right before he got fired.
Well, I don't remember that. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, regular white jerseys. Now the color rush doesn't count because we've had that happen with I don't consider the color rush uniforms, which are the white with the offset gray and the white pants with the gray stripe. I don't consider that. That's a gimmick the NFL put on us. I don't consider that us playing in our white jerseys at home, but that happened too. But no, Lane Kiffin did march us out against. And then that's the one. That was the game that he had Janikowski try and kick a 75-yard field goal. You know, it was just, yeah. You could just tell in that game he didn't care. He knew he was getting fired. He didn't give a crap. So, and I don't even know how Al Davis allowed that to happen because
he probably didn't even know until they came out on the field. I'm willing to bet he didn't know.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? How much would it suck where if the Raiders make it to the Super Bowl where it's in our stadium, but we're the visiting team, we'd have to wear the white within our own stadium? That would suck.
Yeah, but you know what? It'd still be in our stadium, our hometown.
Yeah, but
all the logistical stuff that they have to go through for Super Bowl week with their family and stuff is basically nil, you know, because everybody can come to the game, just drive from their house and go to the game. They don't have to, rent hotels and fly and transport grandma and grandpa to the, type thing. But
hey, but look who's here.
Oh, he's back. He started out the chat at the very top when we first logged in.
No, the show started an hour and 44 minutes ago. We're almost done.
I swear to God, Bueno was in here at the very, very beginning.
I don't think he was.
No, I think he was.
So how are you guys feeling about our kicker situation? I don't think Tokyo Toe is going to make it. He still needs more experience. Well, the good thing is, if he doesn't win the starting job, he's on the international player program. So we don't have to waive him, cut him, throw him on the private, whatever. We've got him. That's why I think Laki Tassi got let go too. I don't think Laki Tassi was going to fit into our plans. Tokyo Toe, Matsuzawa may need some time to really grow into that position. And from what I'm hearing, Matt Gay is actually helping them, training them, whatever, giving them tips, pointers. So he's working with them. He's not, trying to like, hey, fuck you, kid. I don't care about you. He's trying to help the kid out too. So
yeah,
I
think the knock on him is he does have he was at Hawaii. He was accurate. It's just his velocity at 45 yards now, it diminishes quite a bit, and that becomes an issue in outdoor game. But like while he was in Hawaii, so it was pretty neutral weather, to say the least. I mean, I'm sure they had wind and stuff like that at certain times, but when you're talking about cold weather and 40-mile-an-hour side winds in the stadium and stuff, that those, when you start to lose velocity at that distance, it could be a problem. I'm rooting for the kid. I want him to win the job.
I absolutely would love it if he did. Yeah.
Because my daughter's a huge Japanese fan.
So.
My daughter just loves everything Japanese. In fact, they're going to Japan again for the second time. And I told her, I said, he makes the team, I'm getting your Raider jersey. And she goes, you will? And I said, yeah, and I'm going to get it with his name in Japanese on the back for you. Because I'm sure they're going to sell those. Somewhere along the line, you'll be able to buy those. Even as NFL merch. If not, I can probably run over to the flea market and have somebody make one. So...
just a friendly reminder to everybody, make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you get to both channels. I'm 401 Raider Jeff. This is JD Raiders First Downs. Make sure you get over to his channel. Hit the thumbs up for this show. Subscribe, hit the notifications, share it out there. Let's we gotta get the algorithm back again. Because we took so much time off, which a lot of guys did. So algorithms are off. So we need to reestablish that algorithm back for everybody again. What do you got coming up for shows, Jason?
So this Friday's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is I do my Pride and Poise show. I try and get some stuff out there, get some conversation going while guys are out on their lunch breaks or whatever. Kind of hit that. Because we're going into the weekend, kind of get the juices flowing, because some guys, they go to lunch and they got nothing to do because nothing's going on. And it's like, well, they're looking at their cell phone, looking at old videos of wasted talent, but they can get a fresh start with JD Raiders First Downs on a Friday, get a little briefing in, talk some football, talk some Raiders, kind of prime up a little bit. And then Saturday nights is the big show right here with the big guy, the skipper, Raider Nation Voices. It's a call-in show for you guys. It's what we're doing. That's why we're doing this. We can put topics up here and talk back and forth and piss everybody off and watch everybody have their own opinions. Or you can call in if you got a set, grab a pair from way down there and bring it in and dial the number and say what you got to say. We are going to fix the patch. If anything, Jeff, we might have to just do a dual number type thing. I don't want to do that, and I know that's probably not your idea either, but I'm hoping we can get this patch done, and we're going to work on it. This
figured out, regardless. So.
Yeah. If I had to buy the mixer and ship it to you, I'll do that. So I don't know if the mixer's going to fix it, but we'll see. I know there's software out there that we can do.
We think we might have a fix for it. But we were going to work on it today. We were going to start at like 7 o'clock my time. And that would give us at least 3 hours before we started. Yeah. Again, my daughter came home and We wanted to, they've been away for a week, so we wanted to hang with them for a while. My son came over. So, other than that, we would have gotten it done.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll do that. So Saturday night, Raider Nation Voices, Sundays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I go on with my partner, Donuts Duncan. That's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hit my channel. Set those notifications for when we go live on that show. Tomorrow, we will be live, and we will be having a special guest tomorrow. One of the brother of one of the super fans is one of our friends that from the Dark Side Tailgate, Lot F, will be on our show tomorrow, and we'll be talking up the Miami game and what they have in store for their tailgates this year. And they do some really cool stuff. I know they have I know Lincoln Kennedy frequents their tailgate. I think it's his mom or his wife or somebody makes a specific dish for him. He comes out and hangs out with them and has a little pregame tailgate with them. And that's Darth Raider, if anybody knows who that is, Darth Raider and his brother Leonard. So we'll be having him on our show tomorrow. Leonard is a diehard Raider fan just like us. They're from the Fremont area. And he's got good takes, man. If you guys come to our show and watch, you can see this guy. He's pretty sharp with his stuff, and Darth Raider as well. Hopefully, if we do get Darth Raider on, I don't know yet. I'll touch bases with my co-pilot on that. But if we do have Darth Raider on, we're going to try to do it a little bit different to where, because we had some technical issues last time with him, so we're going to try and get that worked out.
Yeah, that was a rough one that night.
Yeah, it was like our second show we ever did too. We were still trying to figure stuff out, but
well, it wasn't on your end. That's the thing. It wasn't on your end. It was on their end.
Yeah, I think he changed one of the settings, his input settings, and it just went.
And it goofed everything up on his end.
Yep. So that's it. I'm down to 3 shows. I did do Fight or Flight last night with Black the Quarterback, Business Decision Sports. Go to his channel. Link up with him on Friday nights. He will be doing a show called Fight or Flight, and it's a pure 100% debate show. Last night was the first run. There were some hiccups to work through, but as it got going and we started kind of getting the idea of what was to be expected and how it was being done towards the end, it was fun. But the only problem is the way it was set up, there was a lot of downtime for some of the other contestants on that show. But we've talked to him today on the phone, and it's it's the first show, and the good thing about it is you take what you learn from your first show and you make the corrections. But the format in of itself is killer. It's a killer format.
It's the first show, so there's going to be kinks that you need to work out for the future. Yeah, definitely. I just want to bring this question back up. So from Mavi99, what's your guys' thoughts on Genty this year? Does he break out and become a top 5 running back? I can answer this pretty quick for me. I sure as hell hope so. I want him to be that number 6 overall draft pick that he was last year. Mm-hmm. I want him to show the worth of that pick. Yeah, I know that a lot went bad last year, but he was to blame for some of it too. Some of his visions, his sight wasn't the best on finding the hole. But I think with this current offensive setup, if the line can hold it this year, I think he'll be much better. But watch out for Mike Washington, though. Go ahead, I'll let you answer.
I like Mike Washington. Glad you brought him up. Nice, good little, huh?
I like him a lot.
Yeah, I do too. But here's the deal. I like Genty too. Don't get me wrong. Love the kid. And I think he could be a really, really good quarterback. Is he going to have a breakout year? I think he'll have a breakout year. Whether or not he's a top 5 running back, there's a lot of stiff competition in the NFL right now with top running backs. So for him to break the top 10 overall with these guys, he's going to have to do some work. And that offensive line is going to have to do some work. And We saw what the offensive line did last year. Now, we're hearing good things about the offensive line this year as far as it's being coached up properly. Guys are getting in the right position. They're making blocks. There's no effort issues whatsoever. So just in and of it that self, we should go. Because last year we were the 34th ranked offensive line. This year we should be able to crack the top 20 with just the coaching staff that we have and adding Linderbaum, healthy Colton Miller, and actually putting JPJ in the right position and letting JPJ just be JPJ and not trying to overthink it with that kid.
Yeah. But the other part of his question, too, is top 5. He's got a, I think you just mentioned it, he's got a tough climb to hit that top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, just the 3 guys that just re-signed or just restructured and renegotiated new contract this past week. You got Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, and Jameer Gibbs. So just those 3 guys alone, and that's still, you got Derrick Henry out there, you got Saquon Barkley out there,
Christian McCaffrey,
whatever.
Josh Jacobs.
I mean, there's so many running backs out there.
Etienne from Miami.
Can he make the top 10? Possibly. Top 5.
He's got work
that's
to
a
do.
tough haul. He's really gonna put in some serious numbers to hit that top 5 running back for this season. There's so many good running backs in this league now. You know, we didn't even mention one of them, and it's Cooks from freaking Buffalo.
Yep. That's another one. Yeah.
You know?
Then you throw Love in there from Arizona now.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Breece Hall from New York. You know, from the Jets. You know, again, let's see what happens with Kenneth Walker and KC, how he does there.
Yeah.
You know,
you still got
Monongai,
Judkins in Cleveland coming back healthy.
Who's the one that's in Chicago? Monongai?
Yeah.
You know, he had a good Jeremiah Love. You don't know what he's going to do in Arizona. He could surprise and come out of nowhere this year.
Yeah. Judkins in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, the running backs are getting better. There's better quality running backs in this league now than we've had in the past few years.
And this is what I like when I had this conversation with 805 back when did running backs no longer become that premium position in the NFL? Because when we were growing up, if you had the number 1, number 2, number 3 pick, you were taking the best running back in the draft. Not the best quarterback, the best running back.
Exactly.
Right? So
yeah, you were taking a Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Thurman Thomas. You were taking
Marcus
those type of guys.
Yeah, you were taking all of them.
Allen.
Yeah. Roger Craig. Congratulations to Roger Craig getting the NFL Hall of Fame. I don't know why it took so long for him to get in the Hall of Fame.
23 years.
Yeah, that's a travesty right there. Absolute travesty. That guy was a trendsetter in the West Coast offense as a running back.
Yep.
And, he might not have the overall numbers to compare with some of those guys, but if you look, it's not bad. He's still right in there with the other guys that are in the Hall of Fame, numbers-wise. But I look at it from the play standpoint when you watched him play.
Yeah.
From the eye dude, he was a trendsetter in the way he ran. That high knee, protect the ball, catching the ball out of the backfield. He
was
revolutionized
the first running back ever to have 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing in the same season.
And still, only 3 have ever done it.
Oh, I know what I wanted to bring up, and I didn't bring it up last night, and I'm kind of bummed I didn't. But I noticed on Thursday night during the broadcast of the game, they had Chris Johnson on screen. Did you see that part?
No, I didn't.
It's a shame what's happening with him.
He's deteriorating pretty fast.
He's got ALS, and he looks horrible. Doesn't even look. You can't imagine if somebody said, "Oh yeah, he's a 2,000-yard rusher one year in the NFL, and he did this, he did that. He was one of the fastest guys to run the 40 in the combine, and all this and that." You'd look at him now and go, "There's no way." He's wiltering away already. I feel bad for him. It's like you see a guy with such pure athleticism as him, and now that he's done playing, he's going through this battle now for his life, basically. Yeah. So they did a big tribute to him on the show Thursday night during the game.
Yeah,
it sucks. It sucks.
And it was disclosed last night that Roger Craig has early onset dementia as well, vascular dementia. So I guess he disclosed that last night. And
Who did?
Roger Craig.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In order for Ginty to do that, it depends on the O-line. Who do you guys got starting?
Right now, I got to go with the 5 that they have picked. I mean, it's pretty much what I thought it would be at this point. You know, from left to right, Colton Miller, Buford, Linderbaum, JPJ, and Glaze.
Yeah.
You know, we got a shit ton of offensive linemen on this roster right now.
Yeah. I know Caleb Rogers has been getting a lot of punch and a lot of run with the ones. He's been rotating in and out. But he got dinged up today. Don't know exactly what the extent of the injury was. He didn't leave practice, but he was on the sideline for the rest of practice and didn't participate. So I don't know exactly what happened. Of course, they keep all the injuries during preseason hush-hush. And unless it's something catastrophic, they don't really come out and give the pure diagnosis, and which is fine. But you still kind of like to know. And we'll see if he's out there in the next couple of days and back there, because I know him and JPJ been going back and forth, and I don't know if that's particularly for the starting position or just to have him ready to go when that time comes, because we all know that time is going to come. There's going to be a concussion or something that's going to pop up. So it's just inevitable. Certain players just have that built into them, that they can be really good, but they also catch the injury bug real easy. So 2 hours, and nobody's called us in the last 45 minutes. That is just unbelievable. You guys are killing me, man. All these people that got all this stuff. Bueno, seriously, just Raiders, baby. Dial it up. Tanner Jack. You know what, the numbers right there. Coach already called in. Coach Simpson. He's already called in. He's already gave his take. So, Tokyo Raider, Frank Weber, Sacktown Mike, any of you guys, the number's right there on the screen. Call in 401-830-9189. Give us your take. Give us your hustle. See what's going on with you.
I agree, Mike.
So, too early to say. Yep, I agree with that as well. But I can say this, and I don't know if you can agree with this or not. I can say this. They have 5. They're going that direction, and I don't think it's musical chairs like we dealt with last year. Well, obviously, we're not doing that with the center position. That's done.
No.
Left tackle is done, right? So those 2 are locked now, and it sounds like left guard is the incumbent is going to be Buford, even though he wasn't with us last year. He still has the upper hand, but those are subject to change as well as time goes on.
Yeah.
Especially with Caleb Rogers, because we saw Caleb Rogers play last year, and if he could only improve upon what he did last year, then that's a pretty solid move.
I mean, I'm ready to cut out of here. We're at 2 hours. I'm ready to call.
2 hours, shut the phone lines down. We've had upwards of 80, 90 people in the chat watching us. Some really heavy hitters, some great guys. Shout out to all you guys. But first and foremost, Cool Kev, Just Raiders, baby, Tanner, Jack Kenna, Coach, Sippin' Jamba Juice. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your phone call as well. Sacktown Mike, we could always rely on you, along with your nephew, Frank Weber. Tokyo Raider, great takes tonight, my friend. Great takes. We are not forgetting you. Your takes are important. If you have anything else to say once we shut down the show and it goes into and it memorializes, and you want to leave a comment in either one of our channels, we'll get back to you on those comments as well, because I've had a couple shows.
Respond to every one of my comments that come up.
Yeah, and you know what? Some of those, especially like D Menace, shout out to D Menace, man, one of the true warriors up in here with our chats. Is we can get some threads going on there that are dynamite. And I know some people come in here and they want to trash me, but I think a lot of it is in confusion and they don't listen. They're not listening, because I don't really. A lot of my takes are open ended, right? Let you decide. You decide your path, and if you want to criticize me for my take, then well, hey, you know what? I don't give a shit. I really don't. So, but there's a lot of times I'm going to bring fact, and when I do have it, don't be mad. Don't be mad. Been around this team a long time. Got a lot of information and regurgitated this. So, but I also have forgotten a lot. So you got to bear with me on that as well. Jeffro?
Yeah, no, thank you everybody for being here tonight with us. Appreciate everybody, all our moderators. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody that super chatted jewels or did the hit the jewels and gifts and all that stuff tonight. Appreciate you all. It means a lot. We love the support that we get from you guys. We love to hear you guys from calling in on the phone every week. So remember, Jason will be back tomorrow night with Donuts Duncan. I will be on Monday night for the debut show of AFC West, the Fools. Again, that's going to be either a once a month or every other week type of show. It's myself, a Chargers fan, and a Broncos fan, just basically talking smack to each other about our teams. The running joke will be the fact that we don't have a Chiefs fan. So right now we don't have a Chiefs fan. We may hold open auditions, so that'll be fun. But now I'll be on Tuesday night with the Most Notorious, along with Leo, Raider Will, and LV Raider 10 for the Most Notorious on Tuesday night. And Wednesday night I am going to be again a guest host along with Raider Savage on the cage match. So make sure you guys tune in 8 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday evening. And Nate and I should be back on Thursday. So I got nothing
Excellent.
other than stay safe, go Raiders, baby.
Salute to you guys. Peace.
Raider Nation, that's going to do it for tonight. We appreciate everyone who called in, everyone listening, and everyone who brought the heat. This isn't just our show. This is your platform, your takes, your voice. If you didn't get through tonight, don't worry. The phone lines will be open again next time. Until then, keep representing the silver and black wherever you are for everyone here. Thanks for tuning in, Raider Nation. Please, 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 have a take and don't suck. We'll see you next time. This is Raider Nation Voices.